Kellyanne,
Hello.
Kellyanne, how are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. How are you?
What's the name of the show?
Hello, hooray.
No, that's the production company. But welcome to
Oh,
Aardvark Interviews. My name is Andrew. I'm like an Aardvark because I got a nose for talent. But Kellyanne, what's the name of the production company?
hello, hooray.
Thank you, Kellyanne. You see the cute little aardvark on the upper right hand side of your corner? Maybe an aardvark, maybe a rat. I'm not really sure at this point. But we got a reunion show tonight, Kellyanne. Did you see the play? With a little help, it's John Belushi.
I seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen the whole play. No, I haven't. I would
Okay.
love to though.
Well, okay, great. We'll see if that'll happen in the future, but you never know. We might have a lot of people here tonight, Kellyanne. So can you handle that?
Oh, I'm very excited. I got all dressed up. I got my Christmas tree up. I'm ready to go.
Let me ask you. I took a shower myself for the show. Let me ask you. Did you get your hair done?
You know what? I absolutely did. How do you like it?
That's
Highlights
what
a
I
little
thought.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you look great, Kellyanne. You look great.
Thank you. You look awesome too. It's nice to see you with your long locks and clean, and it's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I shaved. Actually, took a complete shower. Took a dark shirt, a black shirt. That's my trademark. They call me the Aardvark in black. Took a black shirt out of that I'd never even touched. Right out of the plastic.
Oh, I got my ugly sweater on. I took out right out of the plastic my ugly sweater.
Well, let's
So
see that. Let's see that
it's
sweater.
see
Let
it's
me see
my
that sweater.
it's my Santa Claus. Hey, hello.
All right. Boy, they're all jumping in right now, huh? There's no rhyme, no reason. We got some very amazing people, very amazing talent here. You know, from the play, we have the producer Jack Zullo. We have our director, Levy Lee. Okay, Levy Lee directed with a little help. It's John Belushi, which has now been nominated for awards like 2 years later. When I actually saw this, I was like, what happened basically because I'm in a pandemic or some shit. I don't know. A bomb could explode in my apartment. I'd be, do they want the rent money? Some shit like that. But who else we got? We got Samantha Jane. It's in a pivotal scene with me as I yelled at her, and she was doing drugs or something. I can't remember the scene,
That
but it
wasn't
was a
the
very
show,
good scene.
Andrew.
Huh?
That wasn't the show.
That was an
We
int-
weren't supposed to talk about that.
oh that who said that?
Me.
And why do I keep getting these messages obscuring people's faces? Now, Jack Zullo, were you surprised when you heard about these nominations? Jack orchestrated much of this, hired the cast. Forever grateful that he hired me. I still have no idea why. Jack, what were your feelings when you said, oh, we got nominated on Broadway World?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was a little surprised. I was a little taken aback. Obviously, you guys all saw how much I kind of put into that, and to all of a sudden have acknowledgement of the work, acknowledgement of the play. 2 years later, it meant a lot to me. I think one of the things that Levy Lee and I talked about during the run of the show is that sometimes when you produce something, while you might not get a monetary return that you hope, you get other returns that show up. And this is one of those where it's like, wow, like 2 years later, obviously there wasn't anything going on really in 2020 or 2021. So I was surprised, I was honored, and I was a little taken aback.
All right, what about you, Levy Lee?
What about me?
How you doing? All right, let me ask you the
I'm good.
same question I just proffered to Jack. How did you feel when you heard about this?
Oh, I was surely surprised like everybody else because of the time that it took. But then realizing that we finished the show right before COVID hit, and so that obviously whatever they were doing on their end slowed everything up and was probably, delayed because of COVID. But as far as the show being deserving, yeah, I think it's deserving for sure. Some great work up there on that stage, and a wonderful ensemble of talented people. So
Yeah.
for it to be, for someone else to recognize that is is a good thing.
Thank you. Now, one of those talented people, she's wearing her trademark elf hat, Chelsea Clark, who phenomenal actor, and she was in a scene with me together, and she just blew it away. Chelsea, what do you think about all this nonsense?
Well, I'm surprised but not surprised at the same time. When you're working on something and you can tell that it's something special and you hope other people acknowledge that. I'm just glad that it's getting the acknowledgement that it deserves, because I think it's something special.
Okay. And you can also vote, if you like, at Broadway World to the end of the month. It's nominated in two categories. One is Best New Play Off-Broadway section, not off-Broadway. We don't even talk to those people. And also Best Best Production of a Musical off-Broadway again. And you know who helped us out with the music? My man Crazy Tomes. He's been on the show before. He sings like Eddie Money. He's money. Crazy Tomes, what do you think about these nominations? You being musical director, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How do you feel about this?
Loved it. Enjoyed every moment of it. It was really, really interesting experience, and of course, all the music that we did is I grew up on it. It was some of my favorite music, so it made it even more fun.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you look a little creepy grinning like that at me, but don't worry.
Oh,
I do have a doorman. Samantha Jane, you look so quiet over there. Tell me something, please. Tell me something.
Okay. I do a game show on Instagram live now. If anyone didn't,
What's the name of this show? What's the name of the show?
It's called Game Show Ready, and we go live on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time, because I'm over in Los Angeles.
Okay, that's wonderful. How much does this cost?
How much does it cost? It's free to play.
Look at that.
And you can win.
Okay, but
all right.
Like
that.
There's a section of the show where we plug stuff. So, what do you think about? I know. What do you think about this group here with a little help? It's John Belushi, where you can vote right now at BroadwayWorld.com. What do you think? Did you have fun, or were you like,
so much fun,
fuck this?
Honestly,
How did you feel?
When COVID hit, I was so glad that I had just done this show and felt like I had like a really good experience to tide me over for a while, at least. Yeah, it was such a good experience. It was so wonderful creating art with everyone. It was really great.
It was a great experience. Now, Beth Ann, what do you want to be called, Beth or Beth Ann? I can't hear you.
You muted me. Beth is fine.
I'm okay, Beth.
Hi.
You were the stage manager of the play, yes or no?
I was stage manager, otherwise known as the cat wrangler.
All right, so you were the cat wrangler. What do you think about the show?
The show was a fantastic ride. And we had a lot of make it work moments, but we did. And they're all fantastic stories now.
Beautiful. Okay. Megan was the assistant. Now, Megan actually saved my keister. Can I say keister on this? All right. So because my Bernie Salon's glasses had broken. And in fact, I confided with Chelsea. I said, Chelsea, what the fuck am I going to do? The glasses are broken. And she's like, they're just glasses. You can act. You could do it without them. I'm like, no, I need the glasses. But Megan, you repaired the glasses in unbelievable time. How do you do that? How are you ready at these situations when some idiot breaks his glasses like myself? How do you do this?
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft,
Make
yeah.
sure that your shoulders are strong enough to carry a lot of stuff to and from the theater every day.
Okay.
That was my trick, was trying to narrow stuff down. I knew that, well, after the run of the show, I realized that I forgot crystallized ginger for Jack's stomach, and that's the only thing I think I actually forgot.
Crystallized ginger.
Because
What
I
the
remember
fuck is
at one
that?
point, Jack, his stomach was upset, and I didn't have ginger in that moment.
Jack, do you remember this ginger tribulation?
I remember, I guess unbeknownst to a lot of you guys, I was sick for the whole show. So there probably was a day where I was feeling, tummy tied, and I guess, I don't know, the support from our stage managers Beth and Megan was really second to none. So I may not remember the specific event, but I do remember that I knew I could lean heavily and rely on those two. So that sounds like a true story that Megan just dropped.
Beth and Megan were like the root doctors, because I know when I was sick too, Megan gave me some elderberry, whatever it was for my cough.
Yeah.
You know,
I think at the end of the show we were all
and I had a
Well, everybody was sick, yeah.
and Beth gave me some what is that salve called? It
was not Astroglide. It was Arnica.
Arnica, yeah, and it worked, and so thank God you guys were there. Like the root doctors and shit.
And to jump in, I had just broken my leg 3 days before we started, and Chelsea was there on the spot working the Reiki every day, and I was literally dancing on stage by the time tech started. So thank you. I love you. And I love all of you. I got to bounce. I'm on my next gig, and I pause to say hello to all of you.
Wow. Well, thanks for coming in, Beth.
All of you deserve all the awards.
Thank you. Thank you for all you did for us. Thank you.
Couldn't have been a great show without you, Beth.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, what do you think? How were you so instrumental in this play and remembering your lines and doing this little thing they like to call acting? How do you do all this and perform in the recce?
It's just something that you do. This is what we do. So it's really not. You don't really have to think too hard about it. At least I don't. And doing the Reiki thing, that was just something that I was doing for fun, and it helped, I guess. So I'm glad for that.
Okay, wonderful. Kellyanne, what do you think? Do you have any questions for the sterling cast with a little help? It's John Belushi.
Wow, what a great cast, and you guys make me want to pop some ashwagandha and just chill, talking about all your different things. Actually, what was interesting to me, how Beth was talking about being a cat wrangler and getting you guys all together. So I guess, like I'd ask Megan, how did you wrangle all these people together?
Well, we didn't make it easy, did we?
No.
We didn't make it easy.
Unsuccessful. I guess my my argument would always be, there's only pieces of fabric between you and everything that's going on back there. Don't ruin the mystery. Don't prove that there's anything else going on. But I think I ultimately I tried to make sure that I was as supportive as possible, and I feel like that was the thing that helped. I don't even know if anyone was wrangled. I think it was just trying to be as supportive as possible and making sure no one felt like they had an emergency.
All right, let me We have a few questions and insightful comments. One insightful comment I'd like to look at is from Janine Lenovo. The comment is Dodage Mini I Potwirzom. How do you all think about what's your answer to that question from Janine?
You want to repeat that?
Yeah, please. I would love to. It is Dodage Mini I Potwirzom.
Oh, I think that was probably.
Is that German? What is that?
From one cat typing on a keyboard to another cat.
Okay. So.
I don't know. Right. Is she in trouble? Does she need help?
Are you okay?
Yeah, the treats are in the cabinet.
What happened to Pantelis?
He can't get on.
Why can't he get on? Did he get the new?
He might not have gotten the new link.
All right.
I don't think he got the new link.
Okay. Yeah, I sent it to him twice now, actually.
Well, you know, it's Pantelis. He's special.
He is special because he's a lawyer. Okay. Now, Crazy Tomes.
Yes.
How long have you been doing music?
How long have I been doing music? Well, depends what you call music, I guess. I've been playing classical piano since I was 7. Then I kind of started playing a little bit of guitar around, I'd say 11. But I didn't get really serious till I was in high school. That's when I joined the school jazz band. I started jamming with friends, eventually forming bands, and playing the club scene, the bar scene in Virginia. Back when I was in my late teens, I was in college already, and then eventually moving to LA.
Okay, Pantelis, I sent you the link twice on Instagram in your private message chat area. So please take a look at that. See if you can come on. Oh, there you are. Oh, he's gone. All right. Now, Jack, let me ask you a question. Why did you hire Crazy Tomes? Did you hear about him in LA? Was there a lot of buzz about him? Did he come cheap?
I actually, I don't know. This is a great story. The original version of the show was called Live from the Grave. It's John Belushi. And it was really just, remounting SNL sketches as I hosted the show as John Belushi. And I did that in December of 2010 and January of 2011. And needless to say, I was a little disappointed with how it went. So I reworked the show into the format that we saw in With a Little Help, It's John Belushi, where it's a multimedia, live music. And how I found the musical stylings of the Crazy Tomes band was I had posted on Craigslist. Somebody hit me up and they were like, "This is great. I want to do it. I'm up in Seattle, but I'll be down there and band." And I was like, "That's awesome." And then within like 3 or 4 days, they were like, "Listen, I'm sorry, I can't get down there. The band doesn't want to do it." And then within like a day, somebody else hit me up. That somebody was Crazy Tomes. And make no mistake, the music makes this show, and the band makes this show. And Crazy Tomes, we talked. I think I went and I met him at an apartment he was staying at over in Marina Del Rey, and we discussed it. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I love the Blues Brothers. I play blues. I love that type of music. I could put a band together for you." And I'm the kind of dude that if you say you're going to do something, I'm like, "Great, I love it." And he put together a band that included himself, Wadada, as you guys know, and John McCracken on drums. And then for keyboards, I forget the guy's name.
David Morgan.
What?
David Morgan.
David Morgan and David Morgan's son played sax. David Morgan played keyboards. And I got to tell you, I didn't realize what kind of musicians that I had gotten until our first rehearsal, where we were rehearsing the Lonely at the Bottom of the Barrel, and Crazy Tomes just looked at everyone's like, hey, you guys remember the song? It's like this, and he starts playing a couple of notes, and all of a sudden Wadada comes in on bass, and all of a sudden John and David Morgan come in, and next you know, within 30 seconds, this band is just playing Lonely at the Bottom of the Barrel. And I didn't understand that musicians could do that. And I just, to me, it was just a level of professionalism that I honestly, and I'll say this to the day I die, I've been so blessed with such a legit band. That's why I flew them out to New York.
Thank you.
You know, like I was like, there's so much fun, so energetic. Eventually, Crazy Tones wound up going to play. Him and John played with the Blues Brothers up in Toronto with Guitar Shorty. So I found him through fucking Craigslist, to answer your question.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Fucking Craigslist.
There was a time when Craigslist served the purpose, and honestly, I'm so glad you found me, Jack. It was such a pleasure working with you every time. Thank you again.
When did you find old Daddy Malcolm?
Well, that's Crazy Tomes, man. David Morgan. Tell him what happened with David Morgan, Crazy.
Well, David Morgan joined Three Dogs Night when the original singer, one of the original singers, passed away. And he continues to tour with them. So we had to get somebody else. And now Malcolm and I, we play with Guitar Shorty. We play with the Chambers Brothers and several other bands. Wow. So I thought it was a great fit. And because of his very entertaining and humorous personality, so to speak, he fitted, I think, even better.
All right, so let me give some updates as it is right now. Best new play off Broadway. We're currently in second place, 17% to 16%. So people, please vote. We want to win. They give us a big prize. I don't know what the fuck they give us. Also, we will win. We shall win.
We will.
Also, Broadway World's Off-Broadway Awards Best Performance in a Musical. You know, Jack sang in this show, too, and he sounded pretty good for somebody with, you know, real stomach cramps and shit going on, that he needed witch's brew to help him get through the day-to-day. Jack Zullo is at 9%, losing to the first place, somebody named Savannah something, at 10%. So it's 1% difference in that. Now, best production of a musical, we're currently residing in third place. Okay, so you know, Crazy Tomes, get your shit together here. So third place.
Can I just add that what I want to add to those nominations was that Jen Lieberman was nominated as a best performance in a musical off Broadway, as was Artie Brennan. And yes. I think that really lends itself to Levy Lee's direction. Levy Lee also brought Jen Lieberman into the show. Also, we auditioned Artie. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Samantha brought Artie into the show, and brought him in for an audition. And that's a funny story in and of itself. But we had three out of a cast. We had three best performances in a musical off Broadway nominations. I obviously would like you to vote for me, but you know what? If you want to vote for Artie and Jennifer, you know, it just says something to the cast, you know, and to the people who help guide the cast and support the cast.
That's a good point. Now, Samantha, what's the story behind that? I invited Artie to the show, of course. He's shooting a commercial right now, you know.
Yeah,
but
he is all over the place.
Yeah, I was in his film that won 2 awards. Actually, I did an outstanding job. Didn't get nominated for Best Actor again, but what the hell? Now, Samantha, what's the story behind Artie, why did you think he'd be good for a role here?
Artie and I had done one of my last projects when I lived in New York City before I moved to LA. We were in a fan film called I forget. It's like Ghostbusters and Five Nights at Freddy's. This director, Eddie LeBron, who I've worked with many times, super, super talented. So when Jack was doing it in New York, I was thinking about people in New York that would be great. Artie's, top of the list. He's obviously a very talented actor, and I have great taste. So I was just really happy that it worked out.
All right.
One of those actors you think is talented, but also you're like, who do I want to work with again?
Okay. So that was it, huh? All right. Did you know you're in LA though, right?
I'm in LA now, but before I moved here, I lived in New York for 10 years. So I had a few people out there that I could reference, a few that came to the show. It was really such a good experience.
Were you at the Pit with Artie?
I had done stuff at the Pit. I had been at UCB for like 10 years. I did the UCBW cage match shows there. I was on a team at the Magnet Theater. So kind of crawling all over the little comedy theaters, did a lot of shows in a lot of basements for a lot of years.
I'll tell you that cage match sounds hot, though. Kellyanne, do you have any questions to any of our outstanding award-nominated and wonderful actors and director, producer? What do you think? What's a good question for one of these guys, one of these people here?
Actually, I'm kind of curious. Chelsea, what are you working on right now?
Well, right now I just closed 3 shows. I did 3 shows back to back indie theater, so I'm a little burned out. So I'm just working at Macy's right now doing Santa Land. I'm an elf again.
Well, you definitely rock the hat.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did 1 show through Manhattan Repertory Theater, and then I did 2 shows at the Vino Theater. One was a show that my roommate wrote, and the other one was a show that my boyfriend wrote, so I kind of had to be in both of them.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Are they taking this COVID stuff seriously? Are they checking people when they enter? What's going on with that to our general public out there?
Yeah, at the theaters, they are checking Vax cards for the most part. So I hope they're taking it seriously. I mean, we sure are at Santaland. Everything's supposed to be, social distancing. Everyone's wearing masks this year. Elves, Santa, everyone. So we're taking it seriously.
Okay, I got a question for Levy Lee. You're an 8-year-old child right now, Levy Lee, and you want Chelsea and Santa to give you a present. What are you going to ask for, Levy Lee?
At 8 years old?
Why not?
Oh my God! I don't know. A football. I don't know.
Now, Levy, you were a football player. Is that correct?
I was.
Well, tell us about that.
What do you want to know? I played in high school in New York City, made all city. I played in college at Cheney State in Pennsylvania, and that's where I discovered acting. Actually, when I was at undergrad at Cheney State, all-black college, the oldest one in the country, 1837, founded by Quakers for runaway slaves, and wow. I was there. And I played, and then I had a girlfriend who I had gotten into an argument with, and she came to my dorm room one night, and she said, "I want you to come and see a play." And I didn't want to go see a play, but I had to make up with her, so I went to see the play. And when I was sitting there watching the show, my stomach started doing these somersaults that would happen to me every time I saw a live performance. And that had been happening since I was 8 years old, actually, and it was telling me something. So the next day I went over to the head of the theater department and said, "I want to do what y'all doing."
Nice.
And he laughed at me because it was a small campus and I was, kind of a party guy and all that. And he kind of said, "Yeah, well, if you're serious, show up at Marian Anderson Theater at 7:30 tomorrow night." And I showed up. I took the third seat in the second row, and I never left. Wow. And that's how it all started for me.
You fell in love with the theater.
Oh, it was in my blood instantly. It was like, you know, and they said once you get bit by the bug, there's nothing else you could do. And I was bit.
Now, Levy Lee, you got something coming up, right? That's live or streaming, or what's going on with that?
What's going on right now, right at the moment, is a play of mine called Gentrified Metaphor of the Drums is being is on YouTube in a Zoom setting, produced by the Road Theater here in LA. And then after that, this in the beginning of the year, I'm going to be acting in a play at Denver Center Performing Arts. Yeah. So I'll be in Denver for the funny thing about it, I just got back from New York. I'm a New Yorker, and I love New York over LA any day except for when it's cold. And I'm like, I don't want to be in the cold weather. I don't want to be in the cold weather. And God said, you really don't want to be in the cold weather? Okay, I'm gonna send you to Denver.
No.
Now I'm gonna be in Denver. The good thing is I heard it hasn't snowed yet, and it's been this long for the first time in many years. But that only means that it's coming. So I had to get ready. I got a big old coat, and got my boots and my gloves and stuff like that. So that's got to be the game changer. Oh, what are you doing? My God.
What is that?
I don't know what happened.
Fruit of life, taste me. I am the earth.
What is that?
Touch me. I am song and dance and tribal rhythm, the heartbeat of life. Know me. I am the man that stood on auction blocks, head high, teeth bared, stripped naked, so the eyes of the world could appear envious in my nobility. And I am the man that worked the fields of these lands, that stole away into the night on freedom's flight. I am Nat Turner, Gabriel Prosser, and Denmark Vesey. I am Bobby Seale and Huey P2. I don't frown. I'm also H. Brown. I'm the first to die for liberty.
Oh my God.
Damn,
When did you do that?
And you can act too, huh? Are you a good actor?
I've been told.
But were you directing that? I saw you back there with the hat on over there. What was your role? What did you do in this production here?
The one that
What is that? What did he just show us? I have no idea what I was.
That's a spoken word piece. That kind of got a lot of attention.
What was it called? What was it?
I Am.
Right.
Yeah. I do spoken word too. And so that was one of my pieces that was done YouTube and back in 2012, I think it was.
Wow.
And we've gotten a lot of attention from that.
You're an amazing man, Libby Lee. It's I've only grown better and more lonesome as I met you. But I'm going to ask you a question, Jack. Are you having a party or some shit in New York City? What's up with this party?
Excuse me. I'm doing a little. Some of you guys know I am a We Make Movies member, and I came back to New York. I've started We Make Movies New York City. So just doing a little holiday party at a bar. Although the bar is that bar isn't available, so I have to send out the invite again to a different bar tomorrow. But yeah, Thursday, just a little holiday get together. Yeah,
sounds good. Kellyanne, are you going to come?
Absolutely.
Excellent, Kellyanne. We'll send you the tickets to Canada immediately. Kellyanne, do you have any questions for any of our learned guests here tonight?
Yeah, actually, I was wondering if it's the month of December and the holidays are coming. Do you guys have any big plans for the holidays? We'll throw that one at Samantha. She looked away first.
I do it. Our holidays just ended. Happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Yeah, I don't know. Probably doing some jobs other people won't do because they're gone. It's usually how the holiday goes for us. Yeah.
And what about you, Chelsea?
Well,
Chelsea, let me ask you a question. What is the strangest friggin' thing a kid came up and asked for at this Macy's job? What is the strangest thing? And you looked at the kid like, Jesus Christ, get the fuck out of here. What was the strangest thing?
Oh, well, I had one kid who wanted to get a job. I don't know what he wanted to buy, but he was very adamant that he wanted a job. And I was like, a job. Like he wanted to go to work. And I don't know what he wanted to buy, but it was the weirdest thing. I was like, okay, you want a job for Christmas. Okay.
Did you give him a job?
I mean, I told him he could stay right now. I can train him as an elf, and he can be an elf right now. And his parents didn't want him to stay and be an elf, so that was a no-go.
He's gonna be a CEO one day, trust me.
Yeah, you're damn right. Yeah, he's not gonna be taking acting classes, right?
No.
But who's still here? Megan, what are you doing there, Megan?
I'm working just odd. I'm delivering for DoorDash. I'm going to be PAing on something, but like one day a week I'm going to be driving or whatever. I mean, not that it's not, not that I don't appreciate the money, but it's not huge. I'm keeping my head above water.
Megan, I want my oatmeal cookies.
What's up?
I want my oatmeal cookies.
Oh, right.
All right, so I think Megan's invaluable.
Megan saved that show on a nightly basis.
I agree. She saved my ass because I could not act. You get attached to your props, is what I'm saying. So she fixed those fucking glasses like zippity doo dah.
Many times I would forget to place costumes and she'd be like, I got it. It's there. Don't worry. She was just always like a little backstage ninja.
So Megan, what do you want to do in this industry? And to all you listeners out there, if you want somebody, pay her money.
Yes, pay her money.
Pay her money. She works better when you pay her money.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I work better when there's food in me.
What do you want to do, Megan? What do you want?
Oh God, that's a very big question. Right now, I wanted to. Just feel and be part of what was happening. I graduated with a degree in theater, but my focus was on acting. And I learned some backstage stuff, but I don't feel like I learned as much functional stuff as I would like to know. So at this point, I like the PA aspect of it, just because I want to. It's basically a curiosity, and I'm sorry to say I don't have something specific yet that I can say like this is what I'm working on. But now it's just a desire to follow a tinkling light that's ahead of me that I'm just trying to figure out what it is. So maybe that's not as interesting, but.
All right, Chelsea, back to you. What would your ideal project be?
Oh, God, something that I don't dread going to. There's so many plays in New York that just the projects aren't good. The people behind it aren't passionate about what they're doing. I always like being with people who actually want to be there and do the work. And so good projects is what I want.
Good projects, okay.
Good projects, please.
As opposed to the shitty projects I get. Yeah. Kellyanne, do you have a question for Chelsea? Chelsea's a wonderful actor. Go ahead, Kellyanne.
Chelsea, I was wondering, you rock the hat, but do you have an ugly Christmas sweater?
You know what? I actually don't. And I've always wanted one, and I don't have one. I had one when I was
would
when
rock
I was a
one. You would
kid.
definitely rock one.
Thank you.
I found with my Christmas stuff, I don't know how it got there, but I actually got ugly Christmas masks.
Oh, I love it. You know, I see so many people at Macy's going through Santa Land with those masks.
Yeah,
And
I
like
just see them today.
everyone has their ugly sweaters and they have all of their Santa, you know, gear on. And like, I don't really have anything. I have this Macy's hat. And that's it.
Well, you look beautiful in it.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know how to respond to that. Crazy Tomes, had you ever done music and you know, this kind of stuff for a play before, or movies, or you know, is it mostly you do concerts? What is that? Crazy, crazy over
thinking.
you. He is thinking, and he's also
Thinking
frozen.
hard.
Did we
He's
lose him?
frozen. Samantha Jane,
Yes.
if a production asked you, movie, film, theater, whatever, that there was partial nudity involved, would you do it?
What part?
Exactly. That's
How
what
much am I
say.
getting paid?
That's
Yeah.
interesting. So it's
These
about
are the questions.
what if you were paid very little, but it looked like a pretty good production?
Hello.
Who's that?
Crazy.
Okay.
Like it's
Go
art.
ahead, Samantha. Would you take those clothes off for a production?
I don't
know.
know. It depends how charming they were.
You
I don't know.
funny.
They have to pay for that show. You don't
That's
get that
funny.
for free.
And what
Yeah,
about you?
that's what I would say originally, but then I don't know if they were cute.
What about you, Levy Lee? Would you take your clothes off for a pretty good production?
Hell yeah.
All right, very good. I know Jack likes to take his clothes off at the drop of a hat, like you told me before the show. So
Yeah, I would take my clothes off. The question is like, what kind of role is it, and does it make sense for me to be naked, or you know, is it like a mall that deserves me to run through it naked? One or the other.
all right.
You're saying, does the audience deserve it?
Does the audience? Does
When
the
you
audience
do
deserve my naked?
when you do the readings for We Make Movies, I've been to one of those sessions. Is it okay to be stark raving naked?
No, but it's okay to be stark raving mad.
Okay, very good.
That's a great
Okay.
title for something, Andrew. Stark raving naked.
Stark raving naked. But my nose is itchy for some reason. Kellyanne, what do you think about today's emphasis on sex and violence in what I like, the thing about With a Little Help, it's John Belushi. It told a story, okay? And it told a story about drug addiction and all this and that. And I don't think any of us had to take our pants off for the whole show. And what do you think about this, Kellyanne? Do you think it's possible to tell a story as a fan? I know you're a fan of the movies and shows and everything. Yeah, that's why you're the co-host of the show. What do you think as a viewer? What do you want to see?
Well, if it makes sense, absolutely. But then it depends on who's nude. Maybe sometimes if it doesn't make sense and a quick butt shot, I'm not going to complain. So yeah, I guess if you need to do it to tell the story, of course. And yeah, and if you're hot, of course.
All right, Kellyanne, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for the gang assembled here?
Wow, it's a beautiful group, and first of all, I'd like to congratulate you all, like for the nomination. It's great, and you guys seem to have a great charisma, great I don't know what the word I'm thinking of, but great chemistry altogether, and to you, Jack, you mentioned about that you were sick. Do you feel that brought you back any in the production because you were ill, and I guess everyone ended up getting ill?
You know what? I guess I would say, being sick, it definitely. I think it what it did was it made me be cognizant of conserving energy for the run. I don't think anyone who came and saw the show would have felt like there was something missing. I definitely felt the last weekend when I didn't have to worry about conserving energy for an extended run. I was able to. Oh, what's up, Pantelis? I was able to really just like let it go and let it fly, and that last weekend was just such a fun time for me. So I don't think anyone noticed. It just made me conserve energy more than I would have liked to.
All right. Welcome to Pentelis is here.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Pentelis. Are you
Happy
in
holidays,
California?
everyone.
Happy holidays, my friend. Are you in California?
No, I'm currently in upstate New York on my way to Europe. I was just in California last week. So.
All right. So he has some money. So, become friends with Pantelis, I got to say. I had two of my friends who are big in the theater and everything come to visit the show with a little help. It's John Belushi. And I said, what did you think? Blah, blah, blah. They said you were great. They had to say that. They were my friends. But they also said that they thought Pantelis rocked the shit out of it in his role. And I told you that during the show. And it's not a lie. It's true because I actually remember it. So it was a lie. I'd forget it probably. But Pantelis, what was your motivation in your part? When I remember you behind the desk and getting angry and everything. What was your motivation for that? And what did you play? What part?
I played Maddie Simons, who was the head of National Lampoon, and I basically my motivation was I was in the original LA production when this was done at Fringe Fest in Los Angeles. I met Jack through a common friend and got attached to the project, and the show was a lot of fun. And I happened to be in New York when this was going up, and serendipitously, Jack reached out and asked me to reprise the role because most of our LA cast was still in LA, obviously.
Right.
And it was wonderful. I actually missed a few rehearsals, and I met everyone kind of after they all met each other and stuff. But it was wonderful, and it was a great experience, and it was a lot of fun. And it was a wonderful, wonderful thing because I had never done theater off Broadway. So this was my first foray into the off Broadway world. And I couldn't have chosen a better, more fun, more talented, more supportive production could not have come my way. So it was wonderful.
Oh, man, beautiful, man. But let me ask you, what did Megan get you as the Secret Santa? Why is she the best Secret Santa? Okay, I didn't get shit, basically. I gave a good present and I got crap, but, what can you do? But what did she get for you?
Megan got me lots of treats, chocolate. She got me something else, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but I just remember being so floored by the sheer amount of gifts, little thoughtful gifts. And it was just really, really sweet. There's something that she did that was very sweet that I cannot remember right now, and I'm going to kick myself after this. But I just remember her having like such a, the person I was Secret Santa with is a coffee fiend. So I just went and got a coffee card, right? And that was much appreciated. But Megan's gifts were really thoughtful and really great. One of the gifts she got me was a pencil because every time I would perform, I would break a pencil wanting to stab Jack. And rather than stabbing Jack, I would break the pencil. And as a joke, she bought it. So there you go.
That's hilarious. Did you enjoy stabbing Jack during the play?
I actually didn't get a chance to stab Jack, but there was one time when he did this great improv for one of my performances, and he actually said, "What are you gonna do? Stab me with that pencil? Huh? Is that what you're gonna do, Maddie? Huh? Huh?" And it was just so great, and I tried as hard as possible to not break out in laughter. So,
all right. So, Megan, you're just wonderful, and saved my life and many people here, in the production. But did you think Pantelis would get this joke about the pencils? Hello?
It says you muted my.
I'm not touching anything. It's the producer or something. So
Okay,
not me.
Whoever's
Teddy, stop that. All right. So,
Can you hear me?
yes.
mm-hmm.
You can. Yes.
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 Can you repeat the question, please?
Nah, forget it. No, but the question, the question, did you think Pantelis would get the joke when you sent him these graphite pencils?
I think I felt like it was really obvious because I would sort of like show him like, oh look, another one. Okay, great. So.
Or were you just like an arms dealer and giving more weapons to Pantelis, basically?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure that he would have pencils for future productions. That was the thought behind it. And when I found out who my person was, I just decided to like pay attention to like random little things that I heard them say while I was walking through the halls and whatever. And I remember that he liked chocolate and we also filled out those sheets.
Oh, the sheets.
But yeah, so I remember from that, like from the sheet and from little things I heard.
The first like what was red?
Chocolate.
I thought it was a really nice thing, an idea that I don't know if Jack came up with it or whatever, to have the Secret Santa stuff. I thought it was pretty cute. But there was one person in the cast who talked to me, and I guess I was like the only one talking to him, so I talked to him. But he was like saying, this is crap, this Secret Santa stuff or whatever. So I was like, why? And then he was like, if I'm the only one not giving a present, I'll look weird or whatever. But, what do you think about the Secret Santa shit?
Who was it?
Did you come up with this, Jack?
I came up with nothing, my friend. I was producing a show. I think it was Beth.
Beth.
Yeah, it was definitely Beth. Was like, we're doing this, and you're all going to be participating.
She was rough. She used to tell us, stop smoking your cigarettes and come back to the rehearsal. So I remember that. That was really nasty of her. But do you think the lack of rehearsals could have hurt some of the people from LA? Pantelis, what do you think?
No, I mean, I had a pretty minor role, and I had done it before.
There's no minor role. Stop that bullshit.
No, but because I had done it in LA, and I had lots. I was going back and forth between upstate New York and the city because of stuff going on in my life. So I had plenty of time on the train to go over my direction and my lines. So I think it worked out well. Actually, Jack will probably be able to answer better because all my scenes were with him. And no, I didn't stab him.
Okay.
I'll say I'll piggyback onto that and say that that Pantelis would sometimes say things like he would do the wrong pronunciation of something, and then you couldn't tell him like you're pronouncing it wrong because then he would like pronounce it wrong like even more. And the truth is like that kind of is what makes every show so much fun.
Right.
It's like I'd be up there waiting, is Pantelis going to say it correctly tonight? Or is he not going to say it correctly? And like, it always kept it fresh. And to your point or to your question, Andrew, the cast performed, like a bunch of people, the LA cast who came to New York, they did the show in September. They did 2 shows. We were lucky enough and honored enough to have Robin Russell sit and play guitar, drums with us because John McCracken couldn't make those 2 shows. So the people who were performing in New York, who came from LA, did a couple of preview shows in LA before the New York run.
All right. You know what I remember? I remember one of the first nights there, that I'm supposed to walk towards, off stage there and stop and then turn around and yell at you, Jack, right?
Sure.
All right. So what I did was I practically walked off the stage, and Beth Ann and Megan are going, go back. So then I kind of got it right. So I didn't walk off the stage.
Wait a second. There's more to that story.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember rehearsing it like 50,000 times.
Yeah.
In rehearsal, and you getting that walk and turning around and yelling, and we went over that. If we were doing a movie, we would have had 50 takes. But you finally got it, and I don't remember you not. Maybe you had a brain fart on stage or whatever, because I didn't see that.
All right.
I remember.
Maybe he was doing the rehearsals then. All right.
Yeah, and
I remember I couldn't get that shit down right.
But let me just say this, because I think timing. I was concerned a little bit about the LA actors coming in after we had been rehearsing in New York for weeks, and the ensemble had established this chemistry and rapport, and all of a sudden we were going to be adding new people. But Samantha Pantelis, who's the guy that played Keith.
Oh yeah,
and literally just stepped right in, and obviously they said they've done the show before, but it's not just about them doing the show before. It's about the chemistry that had been established with the New York actors. But they stepped in and didn't miss a beat. It didn't slow up the train, because the train was already moving, and they jumped on and helped it move faster. So I just want to give my shout out to y'all.
All right, Kellyanne, do you have any closing questions for our esteemed panel?
Yes, I have one closing question, and it would be for let's give it to Pantelis, since you were the last one to come here. What would be your Christmas movie title?
My Christmas movie title, you mean for this year, for in general, for my life? I don't understand the question.
If you were going to make a movie, what would be your Christmas movie title?
Oof. Okay.
Oof is a good answer. Oof is good.
Oof. Yeah, sorry. I don't really watch a lot of Christmas movies, so I think I'm the wrong guy to ask. I like really depressing movies. So, well, I'll pass. How about that? Happiness to everybody.
All right.
That's a great answer.
Good answer.
My realization, I just want to put this out there. I think, I don't want to do any spoilers, but if anyone's seen Squid Games, Squid Games is ultimately a Christmas movie.
No. But let me tell you, I submitted for that friggin' Squid.
Really?
It was like 2 years ago or something. It was originally going to be a movie called Squid, and they were looking for a fat American, older actor, some kind of corporate genius like myself. So, I submitted for it. And in fact, I knew it was going to be something special. And I actually tried to track down the director. These are the fucking crazy things I do. But I couldn't find him. But then now it became this and that. And,
there's going to be more seasons, Andrew. Get in there.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Because it's called Squid Games night now. Did you ever see Squid Games, Lee?
All right, yeah.
What do you think of that shit?
I had to stop watching it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Yeah. Yeah, like most Christmas movies, it's very brutal. Let me ask you, Levy Lee, do you have anything shameless plug time that's coming out for you, that's going on for you?
Well, I think I just talked about the gentrified piece from December 1st to the 21st on the Road Theater website. It's a play that I wrote, and watch it. It's free. Go to the Road Theater, watch it. You can watch it. It's long. You could watch. I write long plays. You could watch it in segments. Then I'm going to Denver in the beginning of the year, and half my year is already booked out up until July. Just constantly on the grind, people. Constantly on the grind. And
are any of these streaming, Lee? Are any of these streaming for your fans who can't get to the Rhodes Theater and stuff?
No, yeah, they're streaming. This is not in person, so you can go to the roadtheatercompany.org and find it there. Click on it, watch it. I guess they have that's it right there. So they have some of it up, and very excited about the possibility. No, well, not the possibility that is happening. It's also going to be happening in New York in 2012 with another production. I had 3 plays being produced in 2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah, and a film. So.
All right. So I want to keep up to date. I did see your online play about the apartment. What was the name of that again?
Guest to Central Park West.
Right, Guest to Central Park West. Are you going to bring that back at all? What's up with that? That was a sensational friggin' play.
That's the one that's going to be a movie. We're shooting in the summer.
Wow, that is sensational. What about you, Jack? What's going on? You're doing so many things right now. We make movies. You're having a party on Thursday. What's going on?
I guess like everybody else, I'm just trying to find that next job. I've been auditioning here in New York, some live online, some in some just like submissions, and I've been doing some background work here and there, just trying to get a little extra money, and yeah, I'm just trying to like get the hustle out, like trying to do the things that I know are inside of me that I want to get done, and kind of be efficient with my time. And I know it's the holidays, but I don't want to lose momentum. How's that?
Okay. Let me ask you, do you secretly or something like that, or have you given any thought to bringing back With a Little Help? It's John Belushi.
I definitely like, I love this show, and it's my passion project. I'm looking to drum up investment for it, and have and try to get like a nice, like if I can get like a real budget for it, I would love to remount it. Other than that, I think I may look into doing it. I don't like some form of like a one-man show with like a live band for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, to also try to drum up awareness and money. As far as what we did in 2019, I would love to do that again. It was such a great time. I think we would rewrite the script a little bit. We'd punch it up in certain places. We'd swap out, scenes for other scenes to see what worked and to see what, so would I like to do it? If investment comes through, I definitely want to do it. Like that. I mean, that's like a cast of like 19 plus a cast of, I think it was like a cast of like 13 or 14, and then a 4-piece band. It's a lot of resources to drum up, and but I would love to do it again. I love that show.
I just want to say to Jack's credit, he paid us $premium on this play.
Kind of premium.
It wasn't bad. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know, you could have gave us that really scary word stipend, which, you know.
Right.
Samantha Jane, what the hell are you doing? What's going on? What's coming up for you? I know you mentioned it already, kind of, but go ahead, do it again.
Yeah, I host an Instagram game show called Game Show Ready a few times a week with some other great people. I'm doing I have a character called Gen, who's like a European pop star who is doing shows occasionally around Los Angeles. I'll probably put up a regular show again in the new year. Hopefully recording some music as well. And I do a poetry show every now and then with my friend Fernando, called the Dazed and Confused Poetry Club. I was doing it streaming on the Pack Theater site, but we just did a live show at Tao Comedy Studio, so I might bring that back as a live poetry show in LA, starting in January. So yeah, just like everyone else, trying to follow that artistic flow and hustle wherever it brings me next.
Sounds great. I want to watch the show because I want the $1,000.
I want somebody to win the $1,000. We had someone get really close the other day.
Well, what do you got to do? What do you got to do to win this friggin' 1,000?
You just have to do 6 challenges. I think it's like different because it's trivia. So like sometimes people are really good at the TV thing, and then there's another one, and it's like science questions, and like I don't know. Or it goes to like sports. It's like you just have to have a really good broad knowledge to be able to do all the games. It's really fun though. We had this guy play the other day who is, I guess, from the Howard Stern show. I picked Eric. I did not know at the time.
Oh wow!
But so it's fun. It's fun to tune in, and everyone that runs it's really great. So.
Okay, and we'll just put in the chat there. Gentrified Metaphor of the Drums by Levy Lee. There's a YouTube link right in there right now. Chelsea, my favorite little elf. What's coming up with you? Are you going to get out of that Macy's? Will they ever let you out of the Macy's?
You know, the elves do have to go back to the North Pole.
Okay.
So we will be going back to the North Pole on Christmas. Other than that, I don't have any theater coming out, but I am shooting a short film in January. So that's the first thing on the horizon for me as of now, but more will come. It always does.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Are you happy with the new boyfriend?
Oh, yes. Yes, he treats me wonderfully.
He treats you good?
Yes.
All right, that's good. All right, Megan, what's coming up for you? What do you want to do now? You're doing some PA work and this and that. What do you want to do?
Oh, God.
What do you want to do?
I'm afraid to say on here, honestly.
Put it out to the universe,
oh, boy.
And it will come true.
This is not what I have on the horizon. This is a thing that I would like to do.
Okay.
At some point, I would like to play Mama Rose.
Sweet.
I can see it.
Yeah, definitely can see it.
Yeah.
All right, so you heard it. The universe heard it. The people out there have heard it, and you will get that role very soon. Pantelis, you're going to Europe. You're going all over the world because you got that long green, I guess. You know, the rest of us are very poor. But Pantelis, are you doing anything in the acting community or anything like that? Is anything coming up for you?
Yeah. Well, my my film on Netflix just got rebought by Netflix for another 5 years, which is great. So it's going to remain online. Great.
What's the name of the film?
It's called The First Line. It's an independent film shot in Europe.
Is it about cocaine? Is it about cocaine?
It's not. It's not about cocaine. Actually, far from. The documentary I co-wrote just got done, and it's being shopped around to streaming services, which I can't name out loud, but we're hoping that by the end of the year, it will be signed, sealed, and probably by February will be online. Hope to God. it's actually screening at the Berlinale in Berlin in February.
Wow,
And
nice.
I'm returning to Greece next week because I'm shooting a pilot in January for a project I can't share with anyone yet. I'm
Of
under
course.
an NDA. So,
NDA.
but
A non-disclosure agreement for people who don't know.
Yes, but I still am. We'll see how the pilot goes and if it gets picked up, and for television there. And
Did
then,
you get a distributor for this? Did you get a distributor
for the documentary?
Yeah.
The documentary would go straight to the streaming service. They would be.
Oh, it would. Okay.
The distributor, but that project I've been working on. That project's actually it's about the Greek Holocaust. So I know maybe now's not, because it's Hanukkah. Maybe it's not a great time to just be discussing the Holocaust, but it's related to some degree, I guess. So
you could talk about whatever. Come on now.
it was a really heartbreaking but wonderful project that I co-wrote and executive produced, and we're hopeful that
who's that? Is that Johnny Depp? Is that Johnny Depp on the screen?
Yeah, sure. So and I'm still auditioning. I was just in LA for 3 auditions. I was not cast, unfortunately, but I'm still plugging away and trying to get stuff done like the rest of my cast members and everyone here. So,
You know what I like what you said? You made a statement while we were doing the play and everything. I think it was you. I'm pretty sure it was you. We talked, and you actually bought me a coffee for free, which was very nice. I want to thank you for the coffee. But also, you said to me, you know what? In New York City, they take theater very seriously, and I really like that, because in LA, they don't take it as seriously. I don't remember if it was you, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I still, there's great theater in LA, but the depth of theater in New York is bar none, except for, I guess, well, at least in the English speaking world, except maybe London. So that's my opinion. I'm sure people will disagree, but that's my opinion.
So. I agree.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Pentelis, and thank you for joining us on the show.
Well, if he agrees, then that's one person in my camp.
I agree too. But you speak perfect Greek, is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
Are these shows in Greek?
The pilot I'm going to be filming is, yes, completely in Greek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering about that. And
it's actually the Greek version of a show that is a series on Netflix. That's pretty much all I can say.
Okay, you can tease us a little, but right, exactly. Kellyanne, what's your next show coming up? You know, Kellyanne was voted the queen of Instagram at one point.
At one point. Right now we're just pulling into winter out here in Canada, and it's kind of going to hibernation for the next little while, just to deal with this cold, shovel our way out and survive.
Do they actually have mooses in Canada, or is that just BS?
Yeah, we have mooses all the time. I see them on a regular basis. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. And we who do we have here? We have Crazy Tomes. I know you were doing Blue Elvis or Green Elvis or something. Are you still doing that? What is it?
The Red Elvises.
I can't even get the color right. All right. Are you still doing that, brother?
Yes, I'm about to leave on the road Thursday till about Christmas. We're doing
where are you going? Where are you going to go?
The entire California, Oregon, and Washington, and back.
Excellent, dude. You're a great musician, and thank you for being on our show again. Okay,
thank you for having me.
Is that everybody? Anybody else want to say something in closing? We're going to wrap up shortly, so just chime in.
I just want to say, that it was such a pleasure for me to work with such a talented ensemble of actors. Hat goes off to Jack, for his passion project that turned into this wonderful experience for all of us, I hope. But I know for me, it's something that I is outside of the box for me. This particular type of theater, but I really, really will always hold it close to my heart. So I wanted to say that, and again, kudos to all the talented actors and support production staff that was part of the entire piece. So yeah, and congratulations to everybody, right? Congratulations. Yeah.
Beautiful words. Beautiful words. Anybody else want to say something before we close with the credits?
This was just one of my all-time favorite experiences and shows to be a part of, and I just want to thank Jack again for letting me, as one of the few LA people that got to come all the way to New York. I just want to say thanks again. It was so great.
I mean, you must consider the percentage of these plays that actually make it and actually go out there for even a night, is incredibly small, And actually being called from LA to come to New York to do this, the odds must be so friggin' infinitesimally small. Anybody else?
The classic story, move to LA to get the job you want in New York.
It was a beautiful play, and now we're seeing the recognition from that. 2
and
years
that theater
later
was wonderful too. Like, I don't know how you picked Theater 80, but it was such a cool venue.
Beautiful theater, except for that guy who gave the speeches. He was crazy, but he was boring and crazy, which is a bad combination. Ben, tell us, do you have your hands up? I'm not the teacher here, but go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say, not like piggybacking on her comment. I was having this discussion a couple of weeks ago saying that I miss being on stage. And this was a beautiful gift that happened roughly 2.5, 3 months before the world shut down. And I'm just so happy to the universe that this actually happened, and that I got to do that before the world shut down. So that's, and health, peace, and happiness to all the world. That's my Christmas movie. There you go.
All right. Ben Batshelter, a very dear friend of mine, could not make it, but he left a voice memo for his feelings to be heard by the cast and crew of With a Little Help, It's John Belushi. Teddy, could you roll that voice memo from Ben Batshelter?
2 seconds.
Hey guys, it's Ben Batshelter, aka Tino in Santa. And in one scene at the beginning of Act 2, in a ridiculous wig, a very angry Christopher Guest. And for a very brief moment at the beginning, as some of you may remember, Lorne Michaels, until I was replaced by the very, very capable and talented and gorgeous Nick DiPiero. Little sneak peek behind the curtains for your listeners. Listen, I remember being so nervous at the beginning because this was my first real acting job, and I felt like such an imposter, and it was so cold, and I was so lonely, and I kept thinking I was going to get replaced. The entire time I was walking around saying, I'm going to get fired, I'm going to get replaced.
Aww.
And actually at one point, the first time I met Artie, who I just thought was so funny right away, and I was like, oh man, you're so funny. What part are you auditioning for? And he goes, oh, I'm reading for Tino. And I was like, oh my God, that's my part. I'm getting fired. All of my worst fears are confirmed. And then it just turned out that was just the sides that he had been given. So that was definitely a heart attack. But luckily I had Jennifer on my side because she is so kind and such like a pro actor. And she took me under her wing and said, look, here's what this means. And no, you're not getting fired. And I was also really lucky because Chelsea Clark was there and she just opened up her heart and let me in. And like, I had Beth and Megan, the stage manager and assistant stage manager, who were just so sweet and supportive. And then the LA cast came, and I met like Stephanie Lahane, who is now like one of my best friends ever, and who just got engaged, by the way. Mazel tov! Oh my god! So, and then look, I just remember like once rehearsals started going, and we got into this space, like this crazy old haunted theater, and I just had so much fun. I could not believe I was getting paid for this, like to just play with some of the most talented people, like Keith Salto Janes and fucking Artie Brennan, who I mentioned earlier. Like, the talent was just insane, and I feel so lucky that I got to be a part of this family. And I have to say, I really admire Jack Zullo. Jack, if you're listening, you are an incredibly accomplished person. Everything that you have done and everything that you're continuing to do, it's like really inspiring for anybody who wants a model of how to just make your own shit and to just go on your own steam. That's the guy to look up to. But of all your many accomplishments, I submit to you that maybe your greatest accomplishment was assembling one of the finest casts Off-Broadway has ever seen. And we deserve every single one of those nominations. And Artie and Jen and Jack, you all deserve the win. I just want to say I had the best fucking time. And Andrew, I want to thank you for having me on the show, and for making me laugh a million times, and for being so kind and sweet. I love every single one of you. Congratulations on the nominations once again, and I want to wish you a very happy new year and the very best in 2022. Oh, I started a band, and you should all go listen to it. We are called Electric Moses.
Electric
we
Moses.
rock.
We're going to close with that. Thank you so much, Ben. Love you. Sorry you couldn't make it, but you just send that beautiful voice memo. And thank you for our guest, Levy Lee. You got Chelsea Clark, little Elfie. I got my co-host here for the Canadian Goose, Kellyanne. It's time to hibernate there. You got Pantelis, my favorite Greek, besides Keith Saltajanis, my second favorite because he didn't show up today. Samantha. She's got a talk show. You can win $1,000 friggin' dollars. That's not bad. Crazy Toms, Elvises. He could play any kind of music. It's like sick. Megan, she'll get that role because she can get that role. And she's a just wonderful person who saved my ass at the show. And who else we got? Anybody else? Oh, Jack Zullo. Is he still? Jack Zullo. So our producer extraordinaire, Au Juice. So he brought the juice, the Au Juice, to St. Mark's Place, and I thank him personally for doing that, bringing these wonderful people in my life. Who actually, I have no envy. I want these people to do the best friggin' shit they can do, and I mean that totally. Jack, thank you so much. Do you want to say anything in closing, Mr. Zullo?
Yeah, guys, thank you for being a part of it. Like that who knows, that might be the last time that ever gets made. And I got to tell you, I had so much fun. I thought everyone did great. I thought Levy Lee fucking knocked it out of the park. He like walked up to the plate, pointed to the bleachers, and then friggin' nailed it there. Crazy Tomes, just you, everybody, guys. I miss you. And also, if you make your own project, cast me in it. Thanks.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to thank
Absolutely.
our guests. And please, hire these people because they're really friggin' good. If you ever get a chance to see clips of the show, or maybe talk to Jack. Maybe he'll send you a clip or something, if you want to put them in a movie. So I'd like to thank all of our guests. Kellyanne, my co-host, the Canadian Goose, hibernating right now, but was good enough to get her hair done for the show. This is Aardvark Interviews. We meet every Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or thereabouts. They had technical problems here and there, but who the fuck cares? Kellyanne, what's the name of the production company?
Hello, Hooray.
Hello, Hooray. Why not? Why not? It's as good as any. So that's the name of the production company. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Electric Moses Rehearsal. That's my brother Benjamin's band. There he is. He's such a sweet guy. One of the first guys I met on the production. I met Chelsea very early, too, and Jen. Yeah. Not bad. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Happy holidays, whatever, except for Samantha Jane, whose holidays are over. Thank you, Samantha. Happy 8 days. 8 days of friggin' Hanukkah.